So hello guys, welcome to my channel. It's me Ayush, and today I'm gonna teach you about class and object in C++. Basically, talking about the class, it's like the collection of similar kind of objects. Objects are the instances of the class. When a class exists on any C++ program, then their programmers usually make object in those programs where with the help of which different kinds of operations can be performed. Basically, we can imagine it as a object is the subset of class. When there is the existence of class in the system or any program, then there must be an object so that the desired performance operation can be carried out. And class contains different kinds of member function and data members, where the data members are like the variable that stores the values, and the member functions are the one which uses the data member to perform certain operations, and the objects are used to access those member functions. So talking about the objects, it's like the blueprint of the class. With the help of class, the same data member and same member function can be used by various numbers of objects. It's like when a single class is made, then you can make any number of objects as much as you want and in your program. So rather than talking about class and objects more and more about theoretically, let's do it practically. So we're going to include the head file, class. Let's give name of the class as first. It's first class. And we're gonna make some data members like int price, string name, manufacture by. So whenever we want to use the string, so we need to add the header file, which is string. Here basically we use the private because keeping things in mind like encapsulation and talking and other kind of security issues. So the object-oriented programming says that we must not let our data to be accessed by any other member of the program except the member function which exists in the same class. So that's why we are using the private access specifier, and then we're gonna make another member function that will be public, and then we're gonna name it as void getters void getters. Sorry. And then setters and getters. Basically setters and getters are something like a name that can be given to the function. It's like setters take the information from the users, and then getter display the info to the console. So let's take the information from the user. Enter the name, price, and name price of the product and the company name that product manufactured. Sorry. So semicolon, then we're gonna take the in front from the user. It's like name, price, and manufactured by. So here we need a semicolon. It's like when you want to end the class, then you need to put a semicolon at the end of the curly braces. So here the setter take the input from the user, and then we're gonna display the information using getters. One thing to notice is that when you one thing to notice is that you can, whenever you make a function inside of the class, then yeah, you can define the function in the same class, or you can define it outside also. Here the setters take the input. Here the setter take the input inside of the class, and then the body of the getter is going to be written outside of the class. So let's see it. It's like the syntax is like the data type of the function and the class name and the function name. Now in this case our function is getter. The information is of the product is and then manufactured by. So here I'm only using one cout, and then we are using endl, and endl. So that's like the endl breaks the line, and then the next line will be printed out, and then the third line will be printed out, which is the company that manufactured the product. So now we're gonna make the main function, inside of which we're gonna put the objects. So one thing to notice is that we need the class name to make the object. So our class is first, and then let's give the object name as f. Then with the help of this object we need to access the member function, which is getters and setters. F dot, at first we need to set the information, so that's why we're using setters. And then so here we complete our program. So here first of all I have added an header file, which is IRStream, which is used in the C++ program for the input and output operations and all of the necessary operations which a simple C++ file need. And then we have added a string header file, which is needed when you are working with strings data type. It's like a string manufactured by string name. And then here we have made another class which is first, and then objects f. One thing to notice is that the syntax is a class name and object name. And then here we have used private access specifier so that there do not come any question of security and vulnerability. And in real world scenario, you can't let your data to be accessed by other member of the program except the member function which exists in the same class. So that's why we have used the private. Only the member function, which is getters and setters, can only access those data members. So that's why here we have used private. And then but the data members must be public. Those data members which want to access the data member function which want to access the data members of the same class, they need to be public. So here we made the data members as public, and then we have defined the setter function inside of the class and the getter function outside of the class. You can do vice versa, and then you can define both of the functions outside the class and inside of class as you want. But here for the demo, I have defined one function inside of the class and then one function outside of the class. So here we have our driver program. It's the driver program, and then we have defined we have made an objects of the class, and then with the help of those objects all the member functions are accessed. So let's run the program. Now we have made the object of the class, and then we have accessed the member function. Now firstly, let me clear the path using system clear. Since I'm using Linux, so that's why I'm using the clear command. If you are using Windows, so you can use CLS, but I'm using the Ubuntu OS, so that's why I'm using the clear command. So let's run the program. See, all of the paths have been cleared now. Only the things that we need is shown in the terminal: name, price, and then company name. Let's run it once again. Sorry. Name, Xiaomi, price 100 rupees, and then the company is Chaudhary Group. The information of the product is name Xiaomi, price 100, and manufactured by Chaudhary. Since here we have used the space, white space, then that's why the string gonna take only the first name of Chaudhary. If you want to take the whole white space and then the second name also, then you have to use get line. I think I forgot it. So here we complete our concept of class and objects. So this much for today, and then I'm gonna put all of these source code in my GitHub profile, and I'm gonna link it in the description of the video. So do check out for the source code, and then feel free to comment. So we have completed our concept of classes and objects in C++, and then all of these source codes are going to be in my GitHub repository, and then I'm gonna link the repository in the comment description section below. So feel free to access all of these source code if you have any kind of problem. I'll be there to help you. So please do comment, and then subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the further videos. Thanks.